Good morning and God bless. Welcome to Be at Home by Dawn. My name is Dawn. I just want to start off with disclaimers in the beginning. I am not a financial planner. I am not a financial advisor. I'm not a healthcare physician of any kind. I'm just someone who has been through a lot, and I want to share my experiences to either help people get out of a situation or maybe help avoid a situation, or just to give hope to know that it can be done to get out of whatever situation you're in. I want to start off with that I have been divorced. I am now remarried to my second husband. There's 8 of us that live in our home. There's myself and my husband, my son and his fiance, his 3 daughters and his stepson, and then we have 4 animals running around, and we're hoping to add chickens in the near future. So what I've been through, I'm 51 years of age. I've been through bullying. I've been through mental health. I've been through foreclosure, poor credit, no credit, health issues. And these are some of the topics that I want to touch on. So if you want to, please like and subscribe to my channel. And I want to get right to it. So the first thing I want to touch on is the budgeting. It's everybody's Achilles heel. It is. It was mine for the longest time. I've been told that I'm a loser, that I can't do it. I don't know how to handle money. So I took things into my own hands and I just started plugging away. Now, for most financial advisors, from the books and YouTube videos and things that I've seen and read, they mainly say to start with your highest interest credit card, which typically, yes, you want to do that because you're paying them the most money and you want to get rid of it. I don't work that way. I'm not saying not to do it, but you have to find a way that kind of works for you. And I need little wins along the way, or I'm going to get frustrated and give up. So what I did was, the first thing everybody needs to do is pick up your mail and open it. Open your mail. I know sometimes you have in your head, oh, I owe this much and this much, but it's not real until you open it. Lay it out on your kitchen table, your desk, wherever it is that you do your bills. Just lay it out. Let it sink in for a day or two if you need to. And then you pick a plan of attack. Okay? So the first thing I did was, when I saw all my bills, I said, okay, I'm now in the middle of a divorce. I only have my income. So what I did is I started writing everything down. Now, some people do spreadsheets, and that's fine if you're that kind of person. I'm not. I'm a visual person, as you can see. I use these little calendars, and I wrote everything down. Week in, week out, who I owed, what I owed. I accounted for every penny that I was bringing in. So the first thing is, I grabbed like an envelope and I would write gas, because what good is putting in a budget if you don't have gas for your car to get to your job? The next one I did was for tolls, because I had to take tolls to get to my job. The next envelope I would write would be food. So in the very beginning, until I got control of my finances, I paid cash for everything, because that would help eliminate tapping Mac, using my debit card and forgetting to write it down, forgetting that I used it, and then all of a sudden you have a negative bank account. So I strongly suggest it in the beginning, until you get a firm hold of what's going on in your bank account, use cash. And I would just keep these envelopes in my wallet, and I would make the budget for paycheck to paycheck. So once that cash ran out, then that was tough tatas on me, So I did that, and then what I did is I started going through who else did I owe? And then I started with the lowest. And the lowest, let's say, was Dr. Smith. I called Dr. Smith and said, listen, I'm redoing my budget. I need a little help. I can only afford to pay you $20 a month. And they accepted it. They did, honestly. If you call and explain your situation and explain that you do want to pay them off and you're willing to pay them off, but you only have a certain amount of money, most creditors will accept your payment plan. So let's say I owed Dr. Smith $300. I agreed to pay him $20 a month. So what I did was I would pay that $20 a month to him. Now, mind you, doing that on all my other debt that I had, I continued to make the minimum payments. This is so important. You cannot ignore the other bills because it'll just get you in worse trouble. And what I mean by that is back in the day when I was a young mother and I had 3 young children, my husband at the time and I had no money, none. And I owed a creditor and I put it aside. I ignored it. And I didn't ignore it because I didn't want to pay it or thought it would go away. It's just, I had 3 kids I had to feed and I did not have a dime to spare. Nothing. So what happened one day is when my employer walked around with the paychecks, because this is when they still handed out paychecks, my paycheck was $0. I was freaking out. I called my HR department to find out what was going on. Here, the creditor that I owed did not care that I'm a young mother with 3 children to feed. I owed them money and they wanted it. They took the whole amount. So I was left with $0 in my bank account. So what that lead to? A negative bank account. If I would have just opened up the mail and just said, listen, I don't have money, maybe I can spare you $5 a month or something, maybe I could have avoided that situation. But at that time I was drowning and I just didn't know what I was doing. I'm thinking if I would have had somebody who cared enough to sit me down and talk to me logically and not talk at me, maybe it would have been different. But that's in hindsight. This is why it's important. On all your other bills, please just make the minimum payment. So what happens is when you get Dr. Smith paid off, you now have $20 extra. So you take that $20 and you put it onto your next bill. Let's say it's $50. So now you're paying $70 on that debt, okay? And you just keep doing that until they start getting paid off. So you just keep paying that extra money. So when you get that one credit card paid off, now you have that $70 and you pay that to the next person. And you just keep doing that. So with me doing that and doing it this way, it took me about 2.5 to 3 years to pay off my debt all by myself. I didn't borrow money from anybody. And at this time I was paying for lawyer fees and things like that. And I'll go over that too in future videos. Divorce. Please, if you're in the middle of a divorce or starting a divorce, please document everything. I'll show you later on, I have a binder and I document anything because you don't know when something's going to turn up and you need to be able to prove that you paid it or whatever, or you said this, she said that. So please document everything. And I'm telling you, what happened was after the 2.5 to 3 years, when I started, I had a low 600 credit score. Now my credit is so good that people are throwing credit cards at me, begging me to take out loans. And it makes me feel so good because, I was talked down to saying, Dawn doesn't know how to handle money. She doesn't know how to, she's going to drown out there in the real world. She can't do it. And I did it. You can too. This is so important. And having good credit opens up so many more doors for you. Like if you have a junko card that you're barely making it from job site to job site, whatever it is that's going on in your world, you might be able to afford buying a newer car for yourself so you can relax a little bit. It really did open up a lot of windows for me. So what happened was I remarried and my new husband wanted to add me to the title and to the note. And with my good credit score and me having all my debt paid off, I was able to get a property inspection waiver on our refinance. And that only property inspection waiver only works on a refinance, not a purchase. And I'll probably talk about that too, because in my current job, I work in the mortgage industry, so I can help some people a little bit, maybe help set things up if you're getting ready to take the plunge, maybe help, figure things out so things run a little bit more smoothly. We can go over that too, but not in this video. That might be another video. So anyway, a property inspection waiver is where you have enough debt to income that the mortgage company isn't worried about what your house appraised for. That's in the short term terminology. I mean, I can get really into it, but I just want to make this first video of mine a little bit simple and an overview of some of the things that I can talk about. So with that, my house didn't get appraised, which comes good because when your deed gets recorded, your house gets reassessed. And without the appraisal, they use the latest appraisal that you had or the latest property value that they had. So that means my property taxes did not go up. Not significantly. I mean, every property tax goes up every year, but it didn't go up significantly because I had the appraisal done, and now they said my house is worth a lot more than what we may think it's worth. So it's always good, keeping the good credit. So that's kind of where I want to end it right now. I just want to say God bless. You're not alone. We can do this together. Again, please subscribe and like my video. I'll continue to post these weekly until maybe I get a better following, and then once we get a nice little community going, I might do it twice a week. I definitely want to touch on health and things like that, and mental health in the future, because we're all in this boat together. Gas prices are outrageous, food prices are going up. Everybody's feeling the squeeze. So I'm feeling if I can do this, you can do it too, and I'm here for you. God bless you. Have a good day.